What's happening in the fixed income market now, away from equities for a bit. Well, we're going to be joined by Chuka Nwachukwu, Chief Dealer, Group Head Trading, UB Head. Good afternoon, Chuka. It's good to have you on the show.
Good afternoon, Will.
Okay, so Chuka, yesterday the CBN MPC held rates for a third consecutive meeting. Was that your expectation, and what does this mean for the fixed income space?
Well, thank you very much. Actually, my expectation was that MPC will cut rate maybe by 25 basis points, but I haven't looked at the reason given. Of course, one is the price stability, and secondly, the need to to maintain cautiousness, especially with the tariff war and then the economic uncertainties, and so it made more sense for rate retention, which is obviously what they ended up doing. So for fixed income market, nothing really has changed so far today. And the reason being that the market actually more like a lot of traders felt that is going to be the rates are going to be retained, and so the usual sell down is what I've actually been experiencing, especially on the longer end of the T-bills market, which is the 1 year paper. Today, so far trading has been a bit quiet due to the NTB auction, and then so I hope that the results should be out hopefully in the next 2 or 3 hours.
Okay, before we delve further into the NTB auction, let's look at the impact of this continued hold by the central bank. That's the monetary policy. What does this mean for yields, say in the short to medium term?
So what it means is that all parameters are held. 50 basic, 50 percent on the CRR, and then the asymmetric corridor. Everything retained. So what it means basically is that the CBN is okay with the monetary policy they are currently pursuing, price stability. For the market and the fixed income market especially, we know we're going to continue to see a downward trend in the yield. If you notice, last NTB auction, what was maturing was far higher than what was offered, and so indicating that DMO is okay, borrowing at these levels, and so that we obviously drive the yield further down. So on the bond side is again the same approach is happening. DMO is cautiously in a gradually in a decline in the yield, and so we've seen yield drop more than 3 to 400 basis points from April till now. So this we continue, especially going into the third quarter of the year, and then of course towards the end of the year we'll probably start seeing traders start building position going into the new year.
Okay, now let's jump back to the NTB primary market auction, which is taking place today or took place today. 290 billion naira on offer. What are you seeing across for investor appetite, market players? What were they playing out across the 91-day paper, 182, and the 364-day paper?
So what we're going to see still decline in yield. The last auction 1 year, it dropped by almost 250 to 300 basis points, and so that's that deal is currently trading around upper 14, 15 levels, and so we're going to see oversubscription because of the fact that FAC system is a bit liquid. There's been some FAC inflows that started coming in last night and then today as well. So the subscription is going to be the auction is going to be oversubscribed, and then when that is done, obviously it means that yield will further depress, and so I will expect to see another about 50 or 100 basis point drop in the yield, especially for the 1 year.
Especially now that we still have this hold stance on interest rates, so yields are bound to drop in the fixed income market. But Chuka, do you see what are market players in the secondary markets? What are investors playing at?
So the secondary market has been very active, especially with the introduction of the two-way quotes, by FMDQ, and so we've seen a lot of liquidity in that market. And so, what plays out, especially what has been playing out, is that those who lost at the last auction, and do not forget that the last auction was oversubscribed, and hugely oversubscribed, and so those who lost at the auction, brought those demand into the secondary market, and so that's why we've seen further, depressed, further yield depressed, and then of course this will continue. I said earlier, I do not see any change in terms of the pattern. Obviously, it's going to be this current auction is going to be oversubscribed, and then from tomorrow we see, those who lost at the auction coming into the secondary market, and that will further depress the yield. And so I see the 1 year paper, the T-bills, trading around 14, upper 13 levels, and that for me it's very significant because judging from the fact that this within the just over 6 weeks ago, we saw rates around 18, 19 levels. And so what it means is that those who bought around that levels, you obviously be smiling to the bank now, because the yield has dropped over 500 basis points, and that's quite huge for any investor.
That's a huge one, a big blow for investors, but the government, I believe, will be smiling. And let's hope that the allotment, when the settlement date comes in, that's tomorrow, we'll see how much the DMO is going to allot to investors, if they will under allot or over allot. Thank you so much, Chuka Nwachukwu, Chief Dealer, Group Head, Trading, UBA.
Thank you.
So let's see.